now? Yeah, I was saying like it's some people or whatever that's paid to watch our pages and shit, and like you can see them motherfuckers too. I didn't know that. I thought that was some bullshit. Once my man's broke it down to me, like see that shit, like who watch and shit, and those
whole job, bro.
That's their whole job.
Oh man, dog.
I can't get mad at it though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. You know, I ain't gotta interact with you.
I just look at it like this: you'll make that your whole job. Do that shit 100% the right way, dog. Like, don't let me log on. And like, for instance, when all the Corona shit popped off, and old on the east side met up to fight. Don't sit up there and put me in Facebook jail, dog, within 5 seconds of me motherfucking posting a motherfucking quote unquote raunchy for motherfucking picture or some shit when you allowing a fight video to be on this bitch for hours.
Right. That's I'm gonna bring that up during the podcast too, bro. Like
right now.
Are we rolling? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we rolling, bro. Right, shit, I'm like, man, fuck the bullshit. Let me get on the road this shit.
Okay, because I was just about to ask, like, what the fuck is people still post fight videos for, dog? Like,
but you know what? You know, hey, Rob, you know why they be on your ass?
Whoa, wait a minute. Let's introduce the pod, fam. Let's introduce the pod.
All right. Before we was rooting into Brother, my bad, guys. Thank you for listening to this another episode of the 3 Raw Podcast. This is CJ.
The man's Rob.
And once again, our guest from like 2-3 weeks straight in a row, he back again to discuss the Last Dance shows.
Our specialists.
Specialist. Darren Walls, what's going on, boy?
Shoot, chilling, man. How y'all out there?
Man, we good, man.
Hey, but
ain't playing all, man.
Before we had to introduce the episode or whatnot, what would you just about to tell me, CJ, dog, why I'm always in jail?
Yeah, man. So you always post some random shit, and then you know, you got I wouldn't say a hater, but you got a monitor on your page, bro. I don't know who it is, but it's like, okay, say one thing, bro. Say another motherfucking thing, bro.
Fam, I know for sure I got at least 4 of them, dog. I know for sure at least 4 of them.
Bro, do you know how many times you been in jail, dog? You know you been in jail like once a month, dog.
I know. To be real with you, dog, I ain't even gonna say 4. I know for sure I got 6 of them. Out of the 6, I know 4 of them is old coworkers. 3 of them is old white coworkers that I had. And I hate to be that guy, but majority of the shit that I get billed for is when I'm calling motherfuckers out that tip. You know what I mean? Now, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even gonna hold myself up. A couple times I didn't post some retarded before. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers fight like that. I ain't saying recent years, but let's say 2012, 2011, a little bit younger. You know what I mean? Mind you, that was 9, 8 years ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, this shit was corny, dog. Like, I'm part of the problem by even posting or reposting this shit. It don't matter if I'm part of the problem by resharing this bullshit.
Right. That's the thing. I don't mean to cut you off, Rob, but like that's the thing right there. I remember when they used to flag videos and shit like that.
Exactly.
Before you got blamed, you used to, you know, say like you would be like, damn, what happened to the video? What happened to this picture I had up here or whatever? It got flagged.
I remember, nigga, all when I was doing stupid shit like that and wild shit like that, I have a problem. Soon as I started calling out a lot of these social injustices and calling motherfuckers out when they sell out or hypocrites, soon as I started destroying niggas like Kanye West and allow a lot of these motherfuckers like all this stuff, I'm in and out of Facebook jail, bro. When I'm calling these niggas and shit out on they, and it's just gonna be like, because I'm not stopping or changing for nobody. So hey, it is what it is.
Hey, be who you are, dog. You the part of the reason why we call 3 Raw, bro.
Now, you go like me or you go hate me, one or the other, dog. But one thing you go respect. Period.
And that's how it's supposed to be, bro. Because I remember when, like, I had people threatening to delete me because I be saying some off the wall shit.
Man, you
I remember me and my wife.
That. Oh man, matter of fact, I hate to cut you off, dog. I gotta let Darren talk because he like the master of this shit, dog. The motherfuckers ain't feelings.
Man.
And
Hey, that's why we friends on Facebook, bro. Bro. I love shit like that.
Yo, like I don't know what it is. Like how Rob's saying, man. Like I just talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all I do. You know, like I say how I feel and I say the real about shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't be on no bullshit. It's just certain shit. Like I see people just attached to certain things and people and celebrities and shit like that. And if I don't fall in line like sheep, they be so heated at that shit. You know, I done lost friends over shit. 90% of my friendships I lost over having a difference of opinion over LeBron. You know, not nothing, you know, serious or, you know, like I'm disrespecting people and things like that. Just, you know, I just don't fuck with LeBron like that.
Man, I didn't lost motherfuckers. At first, I wasn't even peeping it, dog. But then I started peeping it more and more. Like, wait a minute, you really in your feelings? Because I'm talking about your favorite. Man, I just had a situation, and Darren, my witness, dog, about 2 or 3 days ago, dog, of a nigga. This nigga was already on probation on my page. Like, probation on my page because everything was like I'm just saying. This nigga was a flat out motherfucker Drake fucking groupie, fam. You know what I mean? And I know at times it seemed like the anti-Drake guy, but I actually fuck with this nigga Drake. My thing is, if I'm gonna call out, for instance, Eminem or a Lil Wayne, for example, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I do, not saying I don't. But if it's cool to call them out when y'all they coming out with subpar music or not good enough music and shit like that, why is it such a problem if I gotta say the same thing with Drake? For years, all you heard was, Eminem, they ain't it. This is trash. It's only selling because he white. This is bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. He got killed for years. Y'all know I'm not lying. But then when I called Drake for coming out with some old Tootsie Slide bullshit, this is for the kids. This is for the women for you. Blah, 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 blah. But we never used that motherfucking excuse or logic towards anybody else, dog. And like, long story short, man, dude, he already and shit like that then did and said little hoe ass shit here and there and shit, man. But like, he just took it too far with the emotions and shit. And I'm like, man, fam, you gotta get off my page, bro. So many words, man. You gotta get your bitch ass gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And why do we gotta look, dog? Everybody ain't gonna like who you like. Everybody not gonna think like how you think. Everybody wasn't raised how you was raised. Everybody don't have the same beliefs. Like, man, if you can't understand this, dog, you ain't gonna be able to live in this world, dog, outside the bubble that you living in. And you go always have a nigga like me, even though it might seem like I'm problematic, I'm like one of the most chill motherfuckers, dog. Like CJ even tell you, you might, as soon as you see me, I'm something totally different than what it look like. I might look like I'm mad, or I just got finished fighting or some shit like that, dog. All right, come on, looks is deceptive. You know what I'm saying? You get to know me, dog. I'm one of the most chillest, coolest motherfuckers there is. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I know you for like, 10 years now, bro, and you like the chillest motherfucker ever. Even though when I first met you, you look mean as hell, but shit, other than that, I'm like, oh shit, this. But after I know you after a while, I'm like, okay, this nigga cool as hell. Okay, cool.
Don't judge the book by your. I mean,
I was about to say that, bro.
Cover, bro. You know what I mean? You can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
hell no. No, I was saying, I was listening to what you were saying, and I was agreeing with you.
Man, like me, I never really have issues nowhere. You know, I'm blending in. I know how to get along with people, dog, because I know how to respect people. I know I gotta understand, like, my views is not their views. You know what I mean? And when not to talk. You know, like, all right, man, I'm not going to bring up this situation around such and such because he might be a little sensitive about it. You know what I mean? Try not to talk about religion and politics too much. I know we in and not to motherfucking dip in and dip out. If that makes sense. You feel me? And it's just like what I was just saying, well, dude on my page, man, dog, it's like, man, for years, like, prime example, when Meek Mill was beefing with Drake, when he was constantly seeming like he was taking L's left and right, dog, it was games, dog. When he was coming out with that subpar, Drake, it was fun and games. On my end too. I'm not even gonna lie, I was a part of the Let's Laugh and Let's Kill Meek Mill people too. But now trying to do the same to Drake, it's a problem. But you telling me you objective though. Come on, man. Go on, man.
See, this is what it is, and see, this is what people don't understand about my nigga. Man, nigga's the master of keeping the same energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got to keep the same energy, and I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Drake fan. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with the nigga heavy and all that shit. You know, it's just like yeah, when we can let the Meek Mill shit and all that talk shit. On the reverse side, you got cats that's problem crying about the Drake shit. Like I witnessed this shit on this nigga Patrick too. Like, damn, bro, this nigga really sitting up here crying and screenshotting shit because my man sit up here talking shit about Drake. And like I say, I like him, and I don't have no problem with it. Man, this is just like another thing too. People don't understand. Like, bro, if you see something on Facebook, or I don't get people that just like get into their feelings because they see some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, or let me say it like this. You might see some shit that piss you, but it's like I can't see how you attach yourself to it.
Scoot the phone up.
Yeah, my bad. I said, basically, I don't see how you get so mad and attach yourself to the shit that you hop on the post or whatever, and you get to crying, whining, and putting your feelings into the shit. Like, I might see some shit on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? It might piss me off. I'm gonna scroll past the shit, or shit if I feel like that strongly about it, I'm deleting this shit off of my page. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
That's because these grown men, bro, and if you pay attention, it's always a dude. They be having these emotional attachments to their favorite entertainers and athletes, dog. And like me, I don't have, like, I respect and like all of them. Like I said, dog, I like just as much as the next, but I can kill any other artist if I feel like they came out with something that was quote unquote below their standards. I'm not even gonna call it trash. I know for sure this shit is below Drake's standards, but we gonna make it seem like this shit is decent because Drake. Meanwhile, Meek Mill couldn't get that. Nobody else can get this. Lil Wayne and them been getting killed this whole last decade. You know what I mean? And granted so, but they albums got to be 5 mics or nothing else. Meanwhile, Drake can come in with the Tootsie Roll slide or whatever this old bullshit is, and we just go come with every excuse there is to quote unquote ignore it. But then on the flip side, you acknowledging the fact that it's number one. You acknowledging the fact that it went platinum. You acknowledging the fact that this is another hit. So what do the lines, you know what I'm saying, is drawn? You feel me?
Yeah, I feel like, and I feel you on that too, shit, bro. Like on some real shit. Like this is the thing of what I witness and I see a lot. Like look what happened to Meek Mill rather. Meek Mill. Like he kept dropping little music and shit, but it was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? After that little Drake shit or whatever, it took him to sit up here and drop Champions to really get niggas back on his side. You know. And
he had to go through some real life situations though, bro.
Yeah.
He down there had his life and freedom was on the line. You know what I mean? For people to just, then on top of that, he had to end the whole beef with Drake before he could start getting certain type of respect and love back. He had to go through a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Fact.
Come on, CJ, man. Put your sense in.
Look, man, I'm a big fan of Drake, man, but I just don't like people in general. If I go to like sports groups or music groups, whatever like that, people be like, they like dick sucking these players, man. Like these players and these entertainers, man. Like, yeah, I'm the best. He the best. He the best. I don't think nobody better than him. Like LeBron is better than Jordan and shit. That's blasphemy, man.
Say it.
I just look at it like this. With the LeBron thing that's pissing me off right now, currently, we got The Last Dance, in which we about to get into in a hot second. But I want to say this before we get into that. I've been noticing every, you know what I'm saying, Sunday now, majority of the LeBron, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing wrong with being a LeBron fan. You know what I mean? Hey, if you want to say he one of the best ever, that's cool. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But majority of the people on my timeline or on my social media who having a problem with this documentary is all LeBron fans. I'm constantly seeing all these memes. I'm constantly seeing all these weird posts. And a lot of this stuff I got screenshot is sad. it's pathetic and it's sad because it's like y'all
Bro,
really
you
gotta
got
do
receipts.
all the to bash Jordan just because you feel like this is somehow a knock on LeBron. How is motherfuckers just a documentary of showing Jordan's motherfucking good and bad a knock on LeBron? Why do we gotta always tear down one to try to put the spotlight or to build up another? And that's one thing I don't like about his fan base, bro. It's just,
Hey,
I
bro.
don't like
Hey, bro, do you still got the receipts, dog?
as far as what the screenshots and all that crazy shit.
Yeah, dog.
Oh yeah, I still got all that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, dog, like his don't get me wrong, a lot of people fan bases, you know what I'm saying, and bad bandwagons and shit like that is horrible. Whether you're talking about Nicki Minaj and her Barbs or the Beehive or et cetera, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the LeBron fans, just in my opinion, dog, they go too far with the shit because they whole logic is I have to somehow tear you down to build him up, and you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? I don't have to tear down Kobe to build up Jordan. I don't have to tear down Jordan to build up Kobe. And the vice versa with LeBron. I don't have to tear these people down to build up LeBron. All three of them is three totally different human beings. You know what I mean? Played in three totally different eras. You feel me? And it's like, oh man, why am I seeing all this goofy shit? Simply because, like, for instance, somebody came on my post yesterday and I called them out, and he talked about the documentary is basically showing all the good in Jordan and his nitpick. So I asked him how. At what point? What documentary is you watching? I saw them talk about him losing in the first round. I saw them talk about him not being able to get past motherfucking Detroit. I saw them talking about how he didn't trust his teammates. I saw them talking about all this stuff all the way up until now, and they at 1993. What the hell? The gambling? What is you talking about, my G? But mind you, he part of that fan base that I just was telling you about. He just had on his page a whole meme talking about something Jordan would have played in today's game. He'd be DeMar DeRozan. Like this goofy shit you saying, man.
That's goofy, bro.
It's beyond goofy, man.
Did DeRozan score 50+ points in multiple games?
Man, DeMar DeRozan don't even give that much effort on defense like Jordan did. Jordan is a 9-time defensive player.
Man, DeRozan ain't gonna survive in the 90s, bro.
DeRozan wouldn't survive in the early 2000s, bro, to be real with you.
Right.
Facts. I think my thing of it is, you know what I'm saying? All right, and don't get me twisted, people out there, you know what I'm saying? Listen, when I say I don't like LeBron, it's just on the court. Some things off the court, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he that bad of a part, whatever, you know. I think every athlete or whatever got that arrogance and little assholes to the degree. So that's everybody. So I put that, you know, too much on whatever. But when in his fan base, and that's another thing too. His fan base makes me just and you know what I'm saying. Y'all sit up here and y'all try to make him better than everybody else when he's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like Rob said, I don't gotta tear him down to sit up here and talk about another player or anything like that. But if you do compare him to these other players, he just don't match up to the part. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. The nigga got 6 losses in the motherfucking finals, dog. 6 losses. No, bro. No. They were, oh, well, he got to 9. Okay, yeah, he got to 9, but he got 6 losses. He ain't had no help. He had a lot of times he was not the help, and that's another thing people don't get. You look at the all-time turnovers and finals of history and whatnot. LeBron is number 1. You ain't winning no game being a turnover machine, and that's simply what he is. He's a turnover.
I mean, I look at it like this, right? We can have our own opinion about people, but I think you get it right on the nose. And like I said earlier, dog, and we all can agree. We don't have to tear LeBron down to build up Steph Curry. We don't have to do that. We don't have to deal. Why do LeBron? And I just feel like, and even with the Drake, matter of fact, I do you one better. It's not the fact that I don't like these entertainers. I like them. Like I'm keep saying with Drake, dog, Take Care is one of my top 10 albums of all last decade. You know what I mean? Like, That's my dog. But my problem comes in that with his fan base. Like I was just saying earlier, like it was okay when we laughed at Meek Mills. It was okay when we talked about Pusha T. Say anything about Drake, now I gotta get called out my name. You know what I mean? You gotta threaten me now all of a sudden magically. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. Now I'm the hater. But it wasn't hate when you were saying about Pusha T. It's not hate when you saying that about anybody, quote unquote, that's high Drake. That's not hate. But when I say something like, damn man, it's Tootsie Slide shit, dog, ain't it? Even though if it's a TikTok challenge and this, that, and the third, it just simply ain't it. Oh, I mean, you the hater, da. You retarded, man. I'ma do to you. And like, man, if you don't get your bitch made ass out my motherfucking, I mean,
right.
Like that. I don't understand.
That's soft, man, right there at that point, bro. Real shit. As soon as you get sending death threats or threatening or, calling
These fan
people.
bases. All right, I'm gonna ask y'all this question before we get on this documentary. The top 5 worst fan bases to y'all are who?
Whew. Me. I would say LeBron. Jordan. Nah, not Jordan. They annoying though. They annoying.
Yeah.
I say
Beyonce.
Hold on. I'm gonna add this on to what you just said about Jordan, because I think we all can agree. It's them older cats, bro.
Yep.
It's them old school cats, fam. The cats who was in the 80s, and you know what I'm talking about, CJ. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. You know it's them old school cats, dog.
They still do it to this day. Let's see. I had Jordan, Kobe, not Kobe. LeBron, Beyonce. What's the last 2, dog? I'm just throw Drake in there, especially young cat.
Yeah.
And damn, what's that last one? But no, I'm let you go, Darren, because I'm gonna have to think on this for a second for the last one.
Okay. For me, I probably got number 1, LeBron fans, man. Various reasons. I ain't gonna get too deep into it or whatever, but you know what I'm saying. They just super annoying. Like I say, the number 1 thing is like, all right, when you sit up and say like, yeah, you don't like LeBron, and they act like you crazy, all that. Like, you just out of your mind not liking LeBron or whatever. That shit is mad annoying. Number 2, Mayweather fan. Those guys. And don't get me wrong, Floyd, his record, untouchable. I don't give a damn. I'm going to keep it 1,000. I don't count that bullshit as slight towards Colin, what's the nigga name?
Oh, Conor McGregor.
Yeah, Conor McGregor. My bad, I said Colin. Well, either way, yeah. Conor McGregor, man, like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it was a boxing match and whatnot. They set it up. But really and truthfully, can you really say that was a real bout? You know what I'm saying? Like, he a fighter, but he not no real boxer, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses. He took an L. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I won money off that fight. I'm not going to lie to you. But
hey, I got a quick question before you keep on going. Do you think if the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight would have been like at least like 2012, 2011, do you think that would be an epic fight?
That would have been more epic and more bigger than what it was. You know what I'm saying? It was huge for what it was at the time in 2015. Don't get me wrong, but I think it would have been, with both of them at their peaks or whatnot in their times, and just both of them ready and whatnot, that would have been epic. You know what I'm saying? That would have been epic. I think that would have drew I think it would have drew more money. You know what I'm saying? To be real, I think that would have been instant classic. The one we got, I don't give a damn what nobody say, especially the Floyd fans. See, that's what I'm talking about. They happy he won and all that. Don't get me wrong, he won. But dog, that fight was so watered down, bruh. Like I felt like I wasted $100 on that fight. You know what I'm saying?
All Floyd did was running around the damn ring and shit.
Man,
I get chased by the damn police or some shit.
Let's see what I had 2 out there. Jay-Z fan, man, and don't get me wrong, I like Jay. But these niggas out here to think that everything he come out with is just an instant classic, bro. Nah, man. You know, don't get me wrong, and I like Jay. You know what I'm saying? And he's done a lot of corny shit too. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, you know, but I ain't gonna get into that or whatever. You know, shit. Even a lot of rappers and said it and done a lot of corny shit. It happens, you know. That's I'm being unbiased. So that's 3. My bad.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I gotta slide the Beehive up in there, man, because this is like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I love ladies, and you know what I'm saying, I love Beyonce, but I'm just gonna be real right now. She been putting out the same goddamn song for like the last 10 plus years, dog. The same. And then look at the videos; it's the same steps, and you know the dance is a little choreography, a little slightly different, but the element is still the same. Man. Like, and I love B. Don't get me wrong. But this new shit she coming up with,
bro, I got attacked. Bro, I got attacked the other day when I asked my Facebook friends. One should go. It was Beyonce, Sade, Erykah Badu, and I can't think of the last one, but I said Beyonce got to get the fuck
I
on.
remember those.
This girl even told me like, you better sing one of the Sade songs. I bet you if you go to Sade songs, it's gonna be go to Sade's concerts be boring, but if you go to Beyonce, you can be out of your damn seat. I'm like, that don't mean shit.
I'm not gonna hold you up. I went to that last what was that, the on tour they had like 2018. I went to that show, dog, and I mean I'm not gonna y'all up, man. As far as a performance, dog, Beyonce up there, dog. She can put on the show, dog, but as far as like what you was just talking about, that don't got nothing to do with nothing. That's her fans saying. If that's the case, MC Hammer show back in '92 by default make him the GOAT, right?
Oh my God. I mean, but I ain't gonna get into it. I ain't gonna touch it.
Yeah, I can break it down. I know that was sort of a reach, man. My bad.
No, you good, man. You good, man. Because I slightly, don't get me wrong. I agree with you, man. Because Hammer did put on the show, man. But no, bro.
Go ahead.
Right.
Number 5. Damn. Who else? I was just about to say that shit too. Oh, Tyler fucking Perry fan, man.
Oh my God, dog.
I can't do this shit no more, man. I'm tired. In fact, I'm tired of this nigga. I'm tired of his shit too. Don't get me wrong. I respect the fact that he is putting young black actors and actresses and whatnot out there. Do not get me wrong. I'm glad he putting these young black like I say, actresses out there. These young writers and directors. But when this nigga be putting out straight bullshit.
Yes, dog. You know these women, dog. These women love these shows, dog.
I'm tired of this nigga always tearing the goddamn black man down. Always. Every movie, dog.
On some Derrick Jackson shit, dog.
And don't get me wrong, some of this shit is relatable that he talk about in the subjects and shit like that. But he didn't put out some just outright outlandish bullshit, man. Like, dog, come on. And you just swagger jack the fuck out of Martin, dog. You know what I'm saying? Playing Mama Payne and shit, dog. And you took that shit to the max and whatnot. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, we do have that these discussions and whatnot when we talk about these actors and directors and whatnot getting in drag and whatnot, black-wise and whatnot. But Martin, when he did his Mama and Shanae, he did that shit to like funny degree, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no fluke shit. You know, and like, dog. But yeah,
you know what?
Go ahead, Brody.
Bro, Tyler Perry, I cannot stand watching his movies, his shows, his plays because each scene prolongs, bro. The scene takes a long ass time, dog. That shit drag. I hate that shit. I hate when I see a scene that fucking drags and shit, bro. I'm like, bro, this scene shouldn't be 10 minutes, bro.
Damn.
So what did you do today? Nothing. I went to the store. What did you do today? I also was at the store. But I'm really here to talk to you about something serious. What happened? Something serious.
With some dramatic music in the background.
Man.
Oh man. All right, man. All right, I got y'all fellas top 5 worst quote unquote fans, man. I gotta say mine's, dog. First and foremost, the LeBron fans. You know, mainly because it's levels, but I'm not gonna break down all the levels. Just see the whole logic of I have to I have to tear down somebody to build him up. Whether it was Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, currently with Steph Curry and KD, Kawhi Leonard. I didn't see too many. You know what I mean? Hell, even Greek Freak. I have to somehow tear down everybody else to build up LeBron. I don't like that logic because it's a new logic that I never seen used in my whole time watching NBA or sports, period.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, I gotta go with the Barbs, man. I'm gonna say a number 2 can easily be shared, and I could just be simple and say the YMCMB fans, dog.
Man, why don't you go ahead and say cuz name, dog? Just bullshit, dog. Just say cuz name, dog.
Nah, man, I ain't gonna give him that shine on my platform. You feel me? He don't need that.
Oh, dog.
But I could say the Barbs, man, / some of the YMCMB fans when it come down to Drake and Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? To the point where they can do no wrong. Whatever they come out with, by default, you a hater if you don't like it. But it's cool when we bashing other motherfuckers whoever they beef with. We could talk about Cardi B and all the multiple women that Nicki Minaj is beefing with. Soon as you say you don't like something about her, you a hater. You don't understand lyrics, etc., etc., etc. And the same can be said with the Drake fans and some of the Lil Wayne fans. You know what I mean? Number 3, damn, dog. I want to say, like what CJ was saying, not too much the Jordan fans, but like them old school cats, man. Like, y'all know who I'm talking about. Not the logical old school cats, y'all grandfathers or something who, like, seen Beal, seen Wilt, seen Kareem, like, seen the multitude of players, but just the motherfuckers who was, let's say, born in 1970, and they, by the grace of God, was able to watch the NBA in the 80s when they was a teenager or some old shit like that. Not by default, if you don't agree with nothing that they say, you don't know, you too young, you don't know nothing, etc.
Yeah.
The eye test don't work still. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of these players, the Jordans, the Isaiah Thomases and stuff like that, dog, they always will be legends because they just legendary. You can't duplicate that. You see what I'm saying?
Bro, eye test don't work, bro. I hate to cut you up, bro. The eye test damn sure don't work because if niggas watching LeBron talking about this nigga the best in the league or the world or whatever, the eye test ain't working.
I mean, but to a degree, like a lot of the younger players, like, I get it. No matter what era you was raised in, you always want to believe that you had the best whatever it was, whether it was the best basketball player, whether it was the best music, whether it was the best fashion, wherever it is. You see what I'm saying? So by default, a lot of these younger, you know what I'm saying, fans might feel like LeBron James is the best because this is the closest that we saw to the best that was promoted throughout the media. And then back in the 80s, somebody might feel like Magic Johnson was that because throughout the media, that's what was promoted. You see what I'm saying? But the problem comes in that, like, if I'm having a debate on, you know, who was a better overall player, Kevin Garnett, and like insert Robert Pierce or some shit, and you get the old school guy. Oh, Robert Pierce is a part of the da-da-da. He got 3 rings. Blah, blah, blah. But then logically it's like, all right, he probably got more rings, but I'm literally watching Kevin motherfucking KG be a better player than Robert Pierce. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. He from the 80s. I get it. It's the nostalgia feel of certain things, but like, let's just use common sense. So like I said, the old school cats who do that. Number 4, probably them Floyd fans, man. Like Darren was saying, you know what I'm saying? I get it, dog. He undefeated and things like that. And I take my hat off to the brother, man, because he did work his way up. I can't lie and say he didn't. You know what I mean? He did his thing. But I can't exempt him from everything that they try to exempt him for or try to make it seem like I don't understand boxing because I still, at the end of the day, is a fan of the sport, and I still want to see me, you know what I'm saying, get my money worth. If I'm spending $100+, I want to see my money's worth. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying I want to see you knock dude out in the first or second round, but can it be entertaining a little bit? You know what I mean?
Right,
And
exactly.
I don't like that. Number 5, damn, man. Ooh, this gonna be tough. It's between, I'm gonna say number 5 is a tie between the Eminem cats and the Beehive, dog. And I'm gonna say 50% the Beehive been kind of calmed down of late. You know what I mean? They not as extreme like how they was like in the early part of last decade. Like they was horrible. But they've been kind of calmed down.
Point the same damn song they put out. It's the same goddamn song.
Well, the energy is
how can you
the
defend?
energy a little different, bro. It's a little different. It's just a little. It's not as bad as when Twitter first. I mean, not Twitter. Well, yeah, Twitter and Instagram first came out, bro. When they was going to people's pages, constantly putting beat, bro. I know you remember that.
What's the name of the new track that's out Beyonce got right now? That little the shit she rapping.
The remix with Megan.
Yeah. Okay. So she freestyling on that
Savage.
shit. Okay. So what's the difference between her and rapping on that shit on the Carters?
Well, you know, she always had like a little small element of rapping on her albums. You know what I mean? Like even on the first album, here and there, she like, you know what I'm saying, have little elements and shit like that. Definitely like on the Sasha Fierce little project. You know, I know you asking how I know. I got sisters, I had girlfriends, you know. I'm a music kid. I'm going to at least listen to a project. And Darren can tell you, I'm going to give everybody a try. You go at least get one try out of me. You know what I mean? Now, before I can call it trash or whack, I'm going to at least listen to the project once. You know what I mean? So she kind of got a history of it, dog. It's just like right now people bored. People want to feel excited. Meg Thee Stallion grew up being a Beyonce fan, so it was always her dream to have her on the song. So once she got her on the song, a lot of people feel that emotion. So they bigging it up. Then like, I'm not saying it's whack, but it's not as big or huge as they making it, you know what I'm saying, seem. But it's like, man, I got to take my hat off to Meg, though. You know what I mean? More than Beyonce, because she been working her ass off, too. And I think she's still... And
she wanted to be on this track with Beyonce. She's 24, 25.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, I just was about to say that. She about 25. So she's still young. She in college, man. She doing her thing, man. I got to salute her to a small degree. Well, I said the Beyonce fans and the Eminem fans, the non-logical ones. Like one thing I always respected about Eminem from day one, he always knew he had that unfair advantage of his skin tone. He never shied away from it. He never made it seem like, put it like this, he always had that perfect balance of, I know when it's me and I know it's when it's my skin. I know it's when it's me because I'm putting my pen to work. You know what I mean? But I also know when it's my skin too, because I never shied away and I never denied it. A lot of his fans would totally ignore a lot of his interviews, a lot of his statements, just to say like wild shit that's uncalled for. You know, he the best rapper of all time, blah, blah, blah. All right, that's up for debate. But don't tell me he the best lyricist, stuff like that of all time, when he's one of my favorite lyricists before I ever like say that. Before I continue, Eminem one of my top favorite lyricists of all time. With that being said, I listen to a multitude of lyrics. I listen to a multitude of rappers with lyrics. Like I can just as much as I can repeat Eminem, I can repeat Razzcast. Just as much as I listen to Eminem, I listen to Pharoah Monch. Just as much as I listen to Eminem, I listen to Elzhi. I listen to a whole lot of multitude of lyrical MCs. And I know for a fact, a lot of them that I just named is either equally the same as Eminem or almost probably in some cases better. So you can't tell me the skin factor didn't play a part in that, because Eminem will tell you the skin factor played a part in that. And I just feel like a lot of his fans become delusional when they don't want to admit to it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So Eminem can admit to the shit. You can't. But man, I didn't did too much talking, though. I need y'all two to talk about this last dance. I'm being quiet and I'm getting my pop and my Kool-Aid and my popcorn ready. Go ahead.
All right, y'all. All right, let's start off with, we gonna go from the beginning to the end of the documentary. So I want to, do like it's the pieces at a time. So I want to start off from episode 5 when they start off with Jordan's and Kobe's relationship. For that part, that was hard for me because like, you know, I'm a Kobe fan, and just to see him like doing the interview, it was like, oh man. And you know, he died 3 months ago. And that was hard to watch, man. Just to hear him like his relationship with Michael Jordan, you know, that was like a brother to him. And I was like, damn, like what the fuck, you know? I think, you know, Kobe Bryant, he wanted to mimic Jordan's game so bad. And just to see him talk, you know, see them talk to each other in the 1998 All-Star game, that shows him that he got somebody that could really care for him, that could want to, you know, mentor him to be great.
Right.
I think the first All-Star game was like a learning lesson for Kobe. Tell him how to do this and how to do that, how to get into your opponent's head, whatever the case may be. It was like that interview was like, it was something special. It really is. What y'all got to say about it?
It was just nice, like you say, just to see, like you say, him touching and speak on his relationship with Jordan. I just like seeing that, and the admiration and respect he had for Jordan. You know, a lot of people, you know, like Rob says, these older cats that just swear he just stole Jordan game. No, you didn't see that. You know, Jordan pretty much, you know, passed the torch to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he seen in Kobe that, you know, he wanted this greatness and whatnot. He wanted to be great, and he did everything that it took to be great. You know,
right?
The man sacrificed a lot to do the things that he did. You know, he wasn't out like every other player or athlete, and like I said in other few podcasts, you know, ago, whatever. Ain't nothing wrong going partying or hanging out and stuff like that. But, you know, Kobe, you know, he did, you know, give me a party or, you know, hang out and stuff, but it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was mainly in the gym. He's working on his shot, working on his game, you know, and, you know, Rob will tell you, I didn't start out as a fan. You know what I'm saying? It just took me to, like, damn, you know, he got this team with Lamar Odom, Chris Mim, Luke Walton. You know,
I ain't heard that name in a long time. Chris Mill.
Man. Smush Park. And he got y'all to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And went up 3-1 against the Suns, even though they blew that lead and whatnot. But to see him going off like that, dog, I'm like, all right, yeah, this without Shaq. They said he wasn't gonna be shit without Shaq. Then a year after that, he went off in the average 35 a game, bro. I dropped 81 in the end of January.
Yeah. I think that 06 year was like, I think that was like one of the best Kobe years because like he had an 81 game, and then it was that one game he came back and beat the the Suns or something, or was it the Spurs? They went to overtime or some shit like that, and he hit like one buzzer to take it to overtime, and then he had another buzzer to beat them in overtime.
That was the Suns. That was game 4 of the Suns and shit, man.
Man, 06, he was going nuts in 06, dog.
Going crazy, bro, you know.
And he had to because I don't think he really had like a second person that could rely on him on that team other than himself. So like he had to go to work, man. So
yeah. Hell yeah, he did it. He did his damn thing, man. But to see that, you know, his respect for Jordan and whatnot, because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they get it wrong and twisted it whatnot with the one-on-one. They say, oh yeah, well, you know, Kobe beat Jordan one-on-one. He's one of the people that say you can beat Jordan 101. Still spicy to this day. I think he could. But truthfully, I get what he said when he sat down. He said, if you sit down and look at it, what you get from me, so in a sense, so in a sense, I get like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much you saying, you know, your teacher done taught you this, so he already know what's coming. So that's some real shit, man.
Mhm. Yeah, what's your take on it, Rob?
Man, first and foremost, man, you know what I'm saying, just to see Kobe Bryant and you know what I mean, that made me feel some type of way. You know what I mean? Lost my boy this year. It's just, you know what I mean, oh man, just choked up. You feel me? And you can tell that he wasn't even really done recording his parts and sessions of this documentary before he passed. You can tell because remember, this was supposed to came out in the summer. They just rushed it because of the COVID-19 situation. You see what I'm saying? So you could tell that it was gonna be more Kobe Bryant parts. You could tell probably was gonna try to wait to get to the Kobe Bryant part probably a little later on in the documentary. You could tell, you know. So it was kind of hurtful to watch. I'm not gonna hold y'all up, fellas. There's a lot of elements. You know what I'm saying? I think both y'all did a perfect job breaking down the elements because I agree. You know, I just feel like Kobe took certain small aspects and parts of Jordan's game, but he still added on his own flair. He still added on his own twist. You know, Kobe Bryant, you know, some might say was a better three-point shooter. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, he added on his own, you know what I'm saying, like how most great people do. Like, for instance, what's his name? Chris Bouchard was breaking down who Jordan patterned his game after, I forget his name. You know what I'm talking about, Darren. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of dude's name. But you usually, you know what I'm saying, those greats, that's what they, you know, they pattern the game after somebody, and then they put their own elements and twists to it, and then they become who they are. You know, Kobe Bryant was more evident because, you know, not only did he take a lot from Jordan, he also down there was like Jordan, almost about the same height, almost the same size. Almost had the same amount of leaping ability at first early in his career, you know, almost had the same glitz and glamour, basically. He had that same dedication. So that there, when you see that dedication commitment, is Jordan-like. But let's just call a spade a spade. How many people that we see in this NBA today, or just within the last 20 years, that form or that same type of dedication like that? You know, that I'm going to get better. Kobe didn't come in as the rookie of the year. Kobe came in, was on bench. Kobe came in and was airballing threes. You see what I'm saying? He worked up to who he was. But go ahead. Continue, CJ.
No, it's pretty much all I was going to say about the Kobe and Michael Jordan relationship. I ain't really had too much to add on, to be honest with you. But no, I'm trying to think what Darren was about to say.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, Kobe, man. Shoot, if I had to add on to the Last Dance documentary, man, the gambling. I gotta touch on the gambling more now, cause I gamble too my damn self. You know, I'm gonna be real. But, bruh, you betting $1 million.
$1.2 million, bro. $1.2 million, bro.
Right,
Don't forget that 200.
Man, like how I can't even fathom. Like, don't get me wrong. My last loss was the Super Bowl. I picked the damn Niners. Had to pay almost $200 back. I paid that up easy. But
nigga, that's a lot for me. Shit, that's a bill, nigga.
Right, that's a bill. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Shoot, if I bet it, I'm gonna pay it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man of my word. Shoot, I'm out here like if you watch Game of Thrones, I'm like a Lannister. My debts is all paid. It's just like, dog, how do you even? I get it. You with these CEOs and stuff like that. You Michael Jordan. You're you're an athlete. You know what I'm saying. You gotta like that all that. But bruh, you getting into $1.2 million worth of debt against this dude who super trash in basketball, bro. Like, man, like, don't get me wrong. I get it, you know what I'm saying? I see the players, you know what I'm saying? They play cards for money and all that. We didn't heard about Gilbert Arenas and whatnot. You and my man to pull guns over that shit. But, dog, that, like, and I wouldn't say that. Like, if you got it, I said, like, if you got it and you can pay it, it's not a problem. It don't become a problem until you can't pay that shit.
Yeah, that's probably you don't pay that shit. Do you think he got like a serious gambling problem or like something minor? Like, okay, you can like brush it off like, okay, whatever.
I wouldn't say, well, shit. At this point, it's something minor, but like if I could talk to MJ right now, like you know what I'm saying. I know he said he loved blackjack and playing golf, but like if I was in his, you know what I'm saying, his circle or whatever, I say, hey, bro, like you might not want to be sitting up here going up against these CEOs and bankers and all this shit and putting your good hard $1 million out there trying to go up against them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all, like, you know, you probably better off at the blackjack or something else that you better at. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to go with your pros. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to go with your pros.
Hey, bro. And I like to gamble too, but I like a light gamble. So I'll be on the chair. I'll be on the seat where BJ Armstrong and John Paxson is playing a little dollar hand and shit, or a little penny hand. Because I ain't paying. I'm not playing like 10,000 a hand and no shit like that. Right. Like, who are you playing with? Like Scotty? Who was it? Scotty and who else?
Well, Scotty, Stacey King, some other players and whatnot, man.
See, that's why Scottie Pippen. See, that's why Scottie Pippen had to file a bankruptcy and shit. He want to be a big baller. His damn weak ass contract.
Man, you betting the security personnel and shit, man. Like.
Right.
Like nothing wrong with it, man. Just shoot, you know what I'm saying? Pay these people, man. Like, hey, me and my coworkers got a saying, man. I'm glad we brought this shit up.
Hey, bro.
You lose a bet, or you got a debt, pay the man.
Pay it. Why not? Hey, bro, speaking of security guard, you see that stiff ass haircut he had, dog?
Oh my God.
Dog, that shit was horrible, dog.
Like, I was dead when I seen dog, man. When it's cut though, bro. Like you said, that cut was too stiff, bro.
Dog. He said that shit was rolled into my damn pocket for you.
Man.
He was funny though. I like him. He was like one of my favorite characters on that bitch, dog.
Oh yeah. He was fooling, man. Let me throw in this too, man. Like, also from the documentary, man, that '93 final series, man, with Barkley, dog. That shit was crazy, bro. Like,
I didn't know it was that close. You know, I was young at the time. I haven't, looking back at it, I wasn't like looking at it carefully. Man, that playoff series was close, bro.
It was, man.
Even the Western Conference Finals of that year was close too. Where they went against, who they went against to go in the finals.
I want to say it was what was it, Houston?
What team they beat out to go to the finals? Was it the Rockets? I think it was Houston, bro.
93, right?
Yep.
93 Western Conference Finals.
All right, hold on. Give me one hot second. Go ahead. Y'all continue, though.
But yeah,
man.
Go ahead, buddy.
But yeah, like Jordan, you could tell Jordan was looking for revenge at that time because
it was the Supersonics.
Seattle. Okay. That was dope as hell. Cause think
Okay.
about it. Seattle had Gary Payton, Sean Kemp. Was McDaniel on that team at the time?
McDaniel was
McDaniel.
on New York. He was still in New York.
Oh, the Knicks. Right. Eastern Conference Finals with the Knicks. That's right. Because he was about to get in the fight with Jordan one of those games.
I'm gonna say I ain't even got to that shit yet.
Right. See, we throwing shit in.
Right, like with that '93 series for for Barkley to say, man, like he went off the way he did, and
He
just to
went
be out,
off, dog.
he went off, bro. He went off, man. The two that they won,
Nah, that was the best year of his career, dog. 92, 93, bro. That was the best year of his career, bro.
Facts.
And
That's
the way
what
he
made the
did,
fan
what was that? What was that series, man? He went off. I think he had he damn near had a triple double.
Oh, you talk about in his finals?
Yeah, Western Conference. No, not the Western Conference. Yeah, Western Conference Finals. He almost had a triple double. And then it was one game in the finals. He was balling, but they lost though.
Yep. I think that's the one he was touching on. He said, "I think I played the best game of my life, but I got outplayed by Michael Jordan." He said, and "That's why I just knew that he's the best player to ever play." I said, "Yep."
Yeah.
That right there to tell you right there when he dropped that 55 in the finals, dog. To beat them niggas like that, man, you want it, bro. You want it. You want it at that point.
He did. Cause think about it. Cause Dan, the guy who was guarding Jordan, he was one of the best defensive players. I think he was all defense first team.
Was it Dan some shit? I can't remember his name.
Man, Dan Marsley, dog. Thunder Dan, bro. Fucking Thunder Dan.
Thunder Dan, dog. Thunder Dan.
Shout out to him. He's from Michigan, so shout out to him. But yeah, he was balling that year too. Everybody they had a Kevin Johnson too, dog.
Yep. Man, that team was out cold.
Bruh. Man, that team was cold. And they had Danny Ainge, dog.
Yep.
Yeah, they was balling, man. They was a top leading team, dog. They was in top of the standings, dog. I ain't believe that. I ain't know that.
Barkley had them boys balling out they frame that year, bro. Like it was crazy, man. Like to touch on what you saying about Thunder Dan and whatnot, this is funny as hell, man. Like you looking at the documentary and whatnot, like dog. Again, Jerry Krause at it again with the bullshit and whatnot. You know, he was thinking about trying to add on not Danny Ainge, but Dan Marsh under Dan. Cause he like, oh yeah,
Dan,
he like, oh, he a great defender and whatnot. Man, Jordan dropped 55 on that nigga, bro. Like, stop it, bro. Stop.
He said, I'm gonna show you that he's not the best defender in the league. Shit. And then he was like, shit, they gave Barkley the MVP instead of me. So I'm gonna get his ass too.
Right.
Man, he came out for revenge, dog.
I think that's the thing. Because when we watch, you know what I'm saying, these finals and watching this documentary, and definitely these last two finals that they showed, the 92 and 93 finals, no matter how good of a player, you know what I'm saying, on the other end, like for instance, 92, they had Clyde Drexler. Like I said, the talks that season, for whatever strange reason, was Clyde Drexler was just as good, if not better than Jordan. They were trying to really come up with that debate. And like Jordan said, he took offense to that, and it showed. He went crazy.
Yeah.
It was nothing. He didn't stop. It was nothing Clyde could do, and they won the ring. Then the next year, he turned around and did it again. He felt disrespected by not winning the MVP. What did he do? He went crazy yet again. You see what I'm saying? And it's like you never seen him really. Well, so far in the documentary, we haven't seen him. You know what I mean, let another team superstar slide, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Better than me? Oh, okay, I'm about to bring it. You know, but go ahead, continue.
But yeah, well, especially with the 91-92 finals with Clyde Drexler, he also, I don't know if it was mentioned in the documentary, but you know they took Portland back in '84. They took damn Sam Bowie over him.
They took it. They talked about it. Episode 1, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It was
They
just
took
basically
him 'cause-
at that time, Portland felt like they needed a big. They already got us, a guard because they took Clyde the year prior.
Mhm.
So it's like we don't know how good Jordan is going to be. We basically got an idea how good Clyde is. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if anything, Houston should have probably took him, but that's here and there.
Yeah, that's true. And speaking of like what if, that what if moment when remember they was talking about in documentary that he wanted to sign with Adidas?
Man, they failed. They failed, dog.
I'm gonna just say this though, Darren. Think about this. At the time, Jordan is just this rookie. He got the little glitz and glamour, but Adidas is making so much money off hip hop, Run DMC, and just, the urban community, period. They didn't feel like they was missing anything at that time.
No, it's
Now,
cute, Rob. It's cute.
Well, no, because you got to really think about the money Adidas was making from 81 to 92, bro. Like, they made.
I know that. No. Not knocking them on that shit. Not knocking them on that shit. But what I'm talking about, when they gave the excuse that y'all didn't have a shoe out to sit up here and help represent, y'all got their casual wear down and all that. But y'all don't have a sports shoe out, bro.
Bro, that's what I was trying to
say. Y'all.
Wait a minute. But that's what I was trying to basically break down. If we making millions and millions of dollars on something, why would I go and why would I go spend the resource and manpower to go make and create something totally different? So they looking at it from a business standpoint, just only at that time. Like, you telling me this is crack, but I'm good with this hairline I got, basically. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to change this. I don't have to put no money into this. Now, granted,
right.
I probably could have easily spent about $300,000 just to get the motherfucker's shoe developed. And in hindsight, I would have been a billion, like multi-billions and billions and billions. But at this time, I'm not seeing it. I'm blind. Like, who wants to do all that? What Jordan talking about? You better go motherfucker wear these top 10s. You better go motherfucker turn up these little 4 and 5 design shoes we got. You better hoop in these bitches like everybody else. Remember, who was hooping the top 10s at the time, right before they went to Converse? I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and a couple of other players. They didn't give a fuck, bro. Adidas is a prime example of what we see in our community always. We only go change when it's needed. I'm going to continue to sell you this goddamn soap and call it crack until you tell me when I'm doing this wrong. If I can't see what I'm doing is wrong, I'm getting a profit. Oh, well. That's Adidas' loss in hindsight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's an L, bro.
Ooh. Bro, that's an L. And he wanted to sign with Adidas so bad. And then he already made up his mind until Nike wanted to meet with him. And he was like, nah, I ain't about to meet with them motherfuckers. Fuck that. And then his agent talked to his mama. And his mama persuaded Jordan to get on the plane to talk to Nike. And once he talked to Nike with Nike and shit like that, they gave him they made an offer to him. He can't refuse it. I can't remember how much it was.
$200,000. And at that time, that was a whole lot for an unproven player.
Exactly. That was unheard of at the time for a rookie. That he didn't even play not one game yet in the NBA. So they gave him his signature shoe. And also, Nike projected by the end of year 4 they was hoping to sell 3 million in Jordan shoes. They ended up selling $126 million in 1 year, dog. In that first year, bro, that says something, especially at that time, dog.
Like, man, that's why I was saying, like, Adidas just dropped the ball on that shit, dog. Like, that's just crazy, man. Like, y'all could have had some type of little shoe. I feel right, and don't get me twisted or anything like that. I understand what 100% what he's saying. Like, y'all making y'all money maker off, you know what I'm saying, the hip hop community and just, uh regular degular people in general. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And
funny though, because when you break that story down with the hip hop community, it went from Adidas easily to Jordan throughout the whole 80s. Like each year, Adidas was falling out more and more and more until you looked up. Adidas was down there gone in the 90s, and niggas, and I hate to say it, was getting robbed over Jordans.
yep.
That was the
Yeah.
shoe you have. You saw Will Smith wearing on the Fresh Prince, Martin. You didn't know what motherfucker what definitely them first 2 or 3 seasons of the Fresh Prince. You didn't know what pair motherfucker Will was gonna have on today. You know what I mean? It was always a different color or shade of 5, 6, and 7s. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like at that time you can't see the big picture, bro. Like remember, Amazon had an opportunity to get bought by all kind of people. The same with Netflix. You know what I mean?
Fact.
Right.
I look. So.
And then Adidas, what I was gonna say about Adidas, do you think if Adidas signed Michael Jordan in '84, would you think they would be like the number one shoe company in the world right now?
Because you got to think about it, DJ. They was already huge then. Run DMC, the hip hop community, like everything was Adidas track suits, Adidas down. You know what I mean? You get Jordan on top of that. Oh man, that would have been. Oh, I can't even picture it. Definitely, if it would have still been the same. Let's say Nike had the idea of we're going to separate these shoes and make it its own entity. We're not even going to use our symbol no more on these shoes, but only in the back. Remember, like the first 5 or 6, I want to say the first, the 1s, 2s, 3, 4s, and 5s had the Nike symbol in the back. Remember? Now when you buy them, of course, they got the Airman symbol or whatnot, but the Air Jordans, man, come on, man. Nike put their foot in the grave. Not the grave. They put their foot in that shit, dog, when they did that, bro.
Hell yeah. I'll be punching the air right now, bro, if I was Adidas, dog.
Man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Adidas doing well right now, but they would have been well off.
Wait a minute. Time I hope. Adidas is doing extremely well. Always remember, they signed Kanye West with them Yeezys, bro. Kanye just got $1 billion off that shit. You got to think about how much Adidas just got. So things work itself out in weird ways. You see what I'm saying?
That's true. I'm just saying.
Right. Quick question though, CJ. In the 1992 Olympics, when they was a part of the Dream Team, we saw that Jordan was so committed to his brand that he didn't even want to be shown wearing the Reebok sign. So much so that so much so that on TV he covered up the sign with the American flag. Now, quick question: if you was Michael Jordan, would you have done that, or do you think that was too extreme, or was that just right?
Man, I think that was too extreme, to be honest with you, because like I know he like so committed to his brand, like he would rather have the Nike symbol or Nike make the jerseys and stuff like that instead of Reebok. But I think, to be honest with you, man, I think that was a little bit too extreme, especially like right now. I know this is a different era, whatever, but you gotta think about like right now, it's mostly all NBA jerseys made from Nike, right? And we got like players like Steph Curry with Under Armour, Kawhi with New Balance, Harden with Adidas. You don't see them cover their sponsors. You don't see them cover their that Nike logo and put like Adidas and shit like that. I know it's a different era. It's a 20-year difference, 20, 30-year difference, but I just want to point that out. Like, I think that was kind of like, way too extreme on his behalf. Like, he didn't have to do all that shit. How do y'all feel, man?
I think he dedicated to his brand to the fullest degree, man. And you hear the stories and whatnot, man. Like Jordan pull up on your ass, and if you ain't got on no Jordan, he gonna throw your shoes away, bro. Like especially if you rock with him like that, bro. Like he's serious about that brand, bro. Like I'm not trying to be funny, but I think in a way he kind of seen, you know, I agree with you too, bro. Like yeah, it's, you know, like, especially with the way how you put it, that was, you know what I'm saying, but. Reebok at the time too, they thought they was gonna capitalize off that shit. They just knew, oh man, we sponsoring the '92 Dream Team. We got Jordan. Oh, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? We about to sell more Reeboks and shit. Failed. Jordan was like, no, I'm about to stop that shit. Y'all ain't about to sell Reeboks off my name. When I got my shoes, y'all gonna buy Jordans. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all gonna do.
And that's a good statement too, Darren, because I can remember back in 92, 93, even all the way up until the 96 version of the Dream Team, when I think Reeboks also had a contract, them tracksuits alone was selling.
Yep. All that shit selling.
Yeah, they was selling. You're right.
Let me catch one of them tracksuits right now for a good price, man. Shit.
Yep, they was.
Them tracksuits was hot though, but I only, like me personally, I love like Nike products and shit. I wouldn't really dare to wear like another like shoe company, whatever like that. But them motherfuckers is hot. I wear them bitches.
Well,
like right now, the Yeezys, bro. Them Yeezys cold as a motherfucker, dog. And I hate Adidas, dog.
Them Yeezys ugly, fam. I'm sorry, dog. I can't let you slide. Now what? All right, because it's like 4 or 5 different types, dog. Depending on what type you talk about. One version I've seen was pretty decent or rockable, but for the most part, dog, a lot of them bitches is hideous, man. I can't let you slide on that one.
Yeah,
dog.
some of them. I was saying some of them is hideous, especially them gym shoes.
Oh my god! Oh, you talking about them boots?
Man, the ones he passed out at
Oh my god,
he was passing out at Chicago on All-Star Weekend. Them bitches was ugly.
Oh man.
Man, come on, man. Kanye been tripping, man, on a fashion tip, man. Like I'm glad he getting his money off the shoes. I wouldn't buy him or
the
whatnot.
clothes. No, I want to get the clothes though. I want to look like the homeless person. Then motherfucker will come up to me like, here you go, a few dollars and shit. I know you're hungry. Nah, fuck that.
Like,
hey, but them shoes kind of hot though.
They like them what you call it? Them, swim shoes, man. They look like swim shoes. That's what they remind me of. You know what I'm saying? You know the ones that you see the people when they get ready to go like damn near they on the beach or they get ready to go deep sea dive. That's the ones that they look like, man. Like you wear them.
Oh man, I'm dead, dog. Oh, what's wrong with y'all two fellas, man?
But I hear
that's him, dog. Bro, that's
say
him, dog. All I'm saying is the shoe was hot. That's all I'm saying. Some of them.
I mean, I'll rock some shoes. Like some Reeboks are rocks, like the classics. I mean, hey man, look, the D code is what Reeboks and Jabos. You know what I mean? I might not rock no Jabos in 2020, but if I find a decent pair of classics,
boy, if you wear that shit in 2020, I'll flame your ass.
Jabos, bro, like that.
Oh, nigga, I'm gonna come out with the Jabos, Reeboks, and a motherfucking tall white tee and shit, dog. Look like I back that thing up video and shit.
On some Soulja Boy shit. You might as well do the crank that.
Nigga, I'm an extra Project Chick video and shit, dog. No, I mean,
he about to throw a soldier rag in the air.
Right. I rock a lot of Adidas though. Like I said, I fuck with the top 10s. You know, just being from Detroit, definitely the Dexter area. You know what I mean? Fuck with the top 10s, you know, certain colors. Like I said, I fuck with a lot of different brands, man. In my opinion on the Jordan situation, I get it to a small degree. Like, you know, your brand is everything at this point. And also, you trying to stick out, like, you trying to be the face of basketball globally. You see what I'm saying? At this point. Because remember, Dream Team at that time was the first time that NBA players was actually playing in the Olympics. You see what I'm saying? So at this point, you want to be the face of that. You want your brand and your face to be the whole face of, you know what I'm saying, basketball, period, globally. So I kind of understood that to a degree too. But then again, to a degree, it could have been ego tripping. You know what I mean? Because it's like, man, like you said, to a small degree nowadays, Nike is sponsoring the jerseys. But then again, like it's a 30-year gap. There's also levels to these different contracts now. We don't know what Jordan's contract really was with, Jordan or slash, Nikes at the time. A lot of them contracts and deals was just different. You know what I mean? So politics is usual, depending on how you want to cut it or slice it with me, basically.
Right. And then also at that time, I want to piggyback to what we were saying about when him signing the shoes at the time. Converse was really big at that time. They had Magic, they had MJ,
they had Bird, Magic
Johnson. Magic, Dr. J.
They had everybody, dog.
They did. Man, everybody was wearing the bitches. You ain't going that court, especially in the 70s and 80s. Nobody ain't going to that court unless you wear them damn Chucks, dog.
Well, you either had on Converse or Adidas. You know what I mean? Because remember, Nikes were just track shoes at that time.
That's true, yeah.
So you either had on some form of high top Adidas, or you basically was wearing Chucks or Weapons, or some other weird type of gym shoe that really didn't pop off really like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing is with Michael Jordan with the weapon idea is because I'm coming into a league and I'm trying to stick out. If I go sign to Converse, I can remember seeing that commercial a couple times recently. They was playing Isaiah Thomas, you got Magic Johnson, you got Bird, you got all the current players at the time. So is it gonna be cliche if you just go ahead and get Michael Jordan? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was wise that he didn't do that though, bro.
Yeah,
right,
I
that's true.
That, man, for real. You can't just come in and fall in with the, you know
because
what I'm saying?
Think about this.
Fall in, or don't get me twisted, it's levels,
but think about this. Oh, my bad, I ain't trying to cut you off, but dude, just motherfucker Isaiah Thomas was definitely here in the D. Who really got some motherfucking Zeke / weapons?
Man.
You know what I mean? And they stick out because why would they stick out if everybody wearing these bitches?
Right. Hey, niggas was hating Jordan at the time, but at the same time wearing his shoes.
Man,
go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
Them cats the worst, bro. And I was about to just touch up on where I was saying, ain't none of these cats but them old niggas that was about 40, 50 years old wearing them damn Detroit colored weapons right
now. The same niggas telling us right now, let me be quiet, man. I don't want to seem like the hater, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Right, man. I don't know, man. And then don't get me wrong, man. I just think, man, I'm gonna just say this, man. I love the Pistons of Detroit all day. You know what I'm saying? From the going to work era to the bad boys. Much respect. I got a goddamn baby picture of Joe D holding me. You know what I'm saying? Pistons for life. But do not get me wrong. I just think a lot of the
I didn't see that picture, dog.
I gotta dig it out the archives, bro. As soon as I find it, I got you.
All right.
I just think a lot of the ego tripping on so many levels killed that team, man. And a lot of people don't see that. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I do, and this is why I made my list the other day and putting Isaiah in my top 10 of greatest all time. He did beat Magic, Bird, and Jordan in his era and got 2 rings. But I think he could have gotten more if that ego didn't get in his way. And I'm not just talking about from not shaking hands. Well, see, that's a lot of things. A lot of people, here you go. He already start talking about they didn't shake hands with the Bulls and whatnot. That was really like the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. I think that did it. And on top of that, y'all see they didn't touch on in a documentary that one of the main reasons why Dennis Rodman left, because these cats, see, I don't want to get into a whole different subject and whatnot, but they got to messing around with his wife. Yes, she was a hoe or whatever and whatnot, But I got, you know what I'm saying, I got standards and shit, man. Like, yeah, she may be a freak chick or whatever, you know what I'm saying, whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. But that's my man, so my teammate, and he put a ring on her and whatnot. I may have warned you and all that shit, bruh, but I ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what did the thing and whatnot. That he had to get shipped the fuck off out of there. You know, the man, matter of fact, that shit broke that man down mentally. You know what I'm saying? You know, after that, because, you know, and I understand, you know, in so many ways, how that feel to be like betrayed by people that you thought that was supposed to be your people, or, you know, this is, you know what I'm saying, this is my brethren. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he came into thinking. And I hate to say it, but that was at that time in that day and age where these cats started, you know what I'm saying, mess around. These cats, girlfriends, hoes, bitches, wives, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that was wild at that time too, dog.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, hate to say it, but that's when the real Rodman was born after that point. You know, but
He did it. He did that shit in the middle of fucking HIV/AIDS pandemic, dog.
man. But that killed. I think that kid wants that. Yeah, that killed the bad boys right there, bro. It just murdered us, bro. Like, and just the ego and shit. Like, once a lot of these cats, man, don't understand that shit too. Like I say, man, we could have been, you know, great. Yes, we probably could have been up there, like, you know. And I think that's a lot of things where people kind of, you know, slip and miss on. Like, them bad boys, they thought they could be what the Bulls were. You know what I'm saying, in the East and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, y'all could have been. Y'all just did not start to fucking tripping.
Exactly. Let's see. Speaking of the I was gonna say, speaking of the you know, the Isaiah Thomas situation, you think Michael Jordan is the reason why that Isaiah Thomas was left off the '92 Olympics?
Man, I mean, now in hindsight, I'm not gonna hold y'all up. At first, you know, growing up, hearing the rumors, hearing, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of the old school cats, a lot of the he say, she say, you know what I'm saying, throughout the media and stuff like that, did make it seem like it was just purely Jordan. But like the way the documentary breaking it down, and also a lot of, you know what I'm saying, like no matter how much you want to not like Vlad TV and not a lot of these different platforms, I like them for the fact that now we getting, you know what I'm saying, like somebody's point of view that might tell you the truth that you might never even thought of now. Like, for instance, he talks to John Sally all the time. And now if I'm listening to John Sally, basically he said it was Magic Johnson's idea to keep Isaiah Thomas off the, you know what I'm saying, the dream team. You know, now I'm not saying, you feel me? Now I'm not saying that Jordan didn't play a part, but Jordan for almost 20 plus years was the only face that you put there. Then eventually, when we watch the Bad Boys documentary, we hear Scottie Pippen saying a little sneaky hoe shit and shit like that. But Scottie Pippen didn't come out and say this all in the 90s. He didn't come out and say this none in the 2000s. He got brave now to say all this little punk ass shit. Like Isaiah Thomas was even recently saying in an interview the other day ago, like, I've been seeing these cats for years and years and years, and every time I see any of these guys, they smiling in my face. It's all hugs and loves. We kicking, we going out to eat, we hanging, we having a good time. I'm watching these documentaries and they still hate me. And I never see any of this when I'm in their face. And who he talking about mainly is Scottie Pippen. I know some people think it's Jordan, but like we just gotta do the math here in certain situations. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And to a degree, like what the documentary was saying, I kind of understand that because Isaiah Thomas did have riffs with, you know, Larry Bird. He did have riffs with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. He did have riffs with, you know what I'm saying, you know, Magic Johnson and things like that. So the riffs was there.
Yeah, but it was.
But this ain't about the NBA right now. This is something totally different. So in my opinion, I'm seeing Magic and Michael. I'm seeing Michael being more of a subliminal energy, and I'm seeing Magic being more of a voice that kept him off. If that makes sense.
I'm not gonna lie, dog. My nigga MJ is playing a straight background role. Like Like when he said, "Yeah, if you want to put it on me, you can put it on me, nigga." Yeah, so many ways. Yeah, we already know niggas done played that role before, where they ain't got to say shit like, "Look, I don't
The
want that nigga
subliminal
over
role,
here."
bro. You know what that is. The subliminal role.
Exactly, like you say,
That
that's
my
that role.
energy, I'm not gonna physically say it, but the way I'm presenting myself is showing you that I don't like this. You know what I mean? The way
Right, it
I'm
was clear.
moving, and you feel me? So,
And at that time, it was clear that he didn't want to play with Isaiah because especially rivalry and shit like that. And then it was a little story saying that the selection committee they went up to Michael Jordan. They asked his opinion about Isaiah Thomas being on the team because they really want him on the team. He didn't say yes or no or anything like that, but they gave off the energy like, okay, he really don't want him on the team, but we really want Michael Jordan on the team. So, like, damn, should I pick what, John Stockton or Magic Johnson or Isaiah Thomas? Fuck, I'm gonna get Magic Johnson and John Stockton and get Isaiah Thomas on the board.
well, you know, and at that time, bro, like we talk about John Stockton a lot. Yes, he's one of, you know what I'm saying, the best point guards we ever had. But at that time, from 84 to 92, that was Isaiah. You had Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas. No matter how you want to cut it or slice it, that should have been that team. And they just was going to have to motherfucker suck it up, play this basketball. Now, y'all didn't have now, this is the issue that I got. Y'all don't have a problem with Coach Daly, Chuck Daly. Y'all don't have a problem with the guy who telling Isaiah Thomas to go out there and foul y'all and whoop y'all ass. And he's coaching these guys. Y'all don't have a problem with the coach, but you got a problem. Like, you don't got a problem with the motherfucker general, but you got a problem with the soldiers.
Right.
If that's the case, Pat Riley should have been the coach. Now, I didn't see none of them motherfucking having a problem right there. And, oh, man, let's go get Pat Riley. What is this? He won 4 championships out of 5. Or, they didn't do that. But when it comes down to Isaiah Thomas, that's what was making me feel like it was more Michael Jordan playing the subliminal energy and Magic Johnson vocally speaking up, because at that time he was the voice of the NBA still. You know,
right?
Even watching it throughout the documentary, him still being the voice of the early part of the, like when he coming in the locker room, he's still talking. When he talking about the Dream Team, he still was that vocal leader at that time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's levels, man.
Like, and then on the flip side too, this is downplayed too. He did give Isaiah his props though, like in the same sentence too. Like he did say that, like, behind Magic Johnson, Isaiah was the second best point guard in the league or whatnot. And he could have him on the team, he would have. But we, like you say, we already know he played that subliminal role, dog, you know. But at the same time too, a lot of people forget, man, like, we go back to what's that 85, 86 All-Star game or whatever, when they tried to free, was it 84? They tried to free Jordan from that All-Star game or whatnot. Like, dog, you got, like, karma, motherfucker, man.
Was it 86? I can't remember.
I think it probably was like 86 or something like that. They just, you know what I'm saying, like Jordan was just, you know what I'm saying, starting to peak and take off with his fame and stardom and shit. And I remember, you know what I'm saying, a lot of cats, you know, the real older cats and whatnot, rather I say, kept it real, say, yeah, they didn't like, you know what I'm saying, Jordan getting that stardom and that fame and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And they, you know, because it wasn't their style of play. Zeke was out there balling, keeping the team involved, and, you know what I'm saying, shining, and, you know what I'm saying, he's out there styling and profiling and whatnot, compared to Jordan, who was just going out there, it was just all him and whatnot, you know. So maybe the damn, how you say, the chickens came home to roost on that one for Isaiah and whatnot. I hate to say it and whatnot. Like, damn, you know, you doing that way back in 86 and now you want to get on it. And don't get me wrong, I agree. He should have been on the team as well. You know what I'm saying? If I was, you know what I'm saying, picking that team, of course, I would have had him on there. But on the flip side, too, play this too, it's all about knowing your personnel too, dog, man, on some real shit, man. I don't know if it would have been that wise to have Zeke over there. And you got Magic, Zeke, and Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, think about it. You watch those clips where Magic Johnson, Magic and Jordan was like, you know, barking at each other.
Oh yeah, see that's the thing. They always said it.
Yeah,
Dog.
they already
Years,
claimed it.
they said it too. During the year Magic Johnson played with Jordan, all they did was bark at each other. Like who said it? I think it was Larry
Man,
Bird. Like for some strange reason, Magic Johnson knew how to get under Jordan's skin. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really know how. Nobody else did, but Magic Johnson knew how to get up under Jordan's skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know why is that? Because Jordan knew Magic Johnson was the best player at the time. And he coming from that number one spot.
Right.
You know?
And just
Nigga,
imagine if
I got
Isaiah Thomas was
5
barking at his ass. Just imagine. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Oh no, Magic, you already see it and whatnot. Magic, like dog, I got 5 rings, dog. I got 5 rings. Like he said, like I remember you saying in the doc too, even in the '92 doc series or whatever. Like he was saying, like I'm the top dog right now. You know what I'm saying? You just a little pup emerging right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be your lead, but right now you gotta follow behind what I say. And like,
Yeah, he was
damn,
that vocal leader. See, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Like, go back to the Dream Team conversation. That was Magic Johnson's team.
yep.
Even though we knew Jordan was the best player on that team, the leader, the vocal leader of the NBA, the best player still at that time in everybody's eyes was still Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it. Magic had 5 to Jordan 2. Jordan
Yep.
only had
That's
like
not
2
right.
MVPs to Magic 3.
Yep.
So,
And more finals MVPs.
more everything at that time. He was that guy.
Right. Just imagine, like, with Magic and Jordan barking. Just imagine if Isaiah was on the team. He'd be barking at fucking Jordan, and Jordan want to fight his ass.
That too. Like he would bark. Man, I think Zeke would have been there fucking with both of them niggas on some other shit, dog. Like man, like he don't get me wrong, him and Magic was tight, but you know what I'm saying, that when you come down to that basketball shit and like listen to the shit that Zeke used to tell Jordan, dog. Like he told this nigga, like, look, I'm from Chicago. You just wear that shit on your chest, dog. That's
See, it's
true.
so many levels. I'm happy you said that, dog, because there's so many levels to Isaiah Thomas, Jordan. Like that alone, the Isaiah Thomas was never embraced in Chicago like how Jordan was. Zeke is from Chicago. You know what I mean? Like them little small energy / subliminals and stuff like that plays a whole factor into now it's 30 plus years later, and they got a love-hate type relationship. Like Isaiah Thomas said, they didn't hung out with each other. They didn't see each other. Isaiah Thomas even coached them, I think, once or twice in one of them All-Star games in the 90s. You know what I mean? So they didn't see each other and been around each other, and they always give each other respect. You'll hear Magic, you'll hear nowadays, Isaiah Thomas trying to bash Jordan or saying little goofy shit about Jordan. Then you'll go on the interview back in 91 when he calling Michael Jordan the best player he ever seen. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
so many levels to that
that's what's killing
relationship.
right now, bro.
You said what?
I was about to say I think that's what's killing Zeke right now, bro. On some real shit, man.
Yeah,
like,
the love-hate relation. Like, damn, I hate you, but I have to respect you because the reason why I'm hating you is personal.
And then right now, I hate to say it, in this day and age, it's just looking like straight up backtracking on his end and whatnot, dog. Like, you go back and you look at the old ass footage from like what 88, 89 when he on Arsenio.
That was like 90, bro.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
like
1990, bro.
Like,
Boy, Air Jordan. Like, yeah. Right before he took off, man. Like he was just saying, like, damn, this guy is it. And then after after all the bad blood, don't get me wrong, man, that bad blood changed everything, man. I know how that is, but I'm not the type of cat like, all right, man, not trying to put the personals out there and whatnot, but like, Rob, when me and you had words and shit, I didn't, just was like, bash you on no lame shit, switching up on no shit. And, likewise with you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You still gave me my property, like, you know what I'm saying? And we just wasn't speaking, and that's some real shit. And I think if Zeke, and we not even on that level, you know what I'm saying? And Zeke, I think if Zeke would have kept it on that level like that, like, damn, I don't fuck with him, but you know what? Hey, he is that or whatever. I could have respected that. You know what I'm saying? But once you got the, you know, then all the shit with like Lambeer, dog. This shit is just it look bad, man.
Petty, dog.
I'm gonna just say this, bro, about Lambeer. He don't got nothing to lose. Like you was a part of a legendary team, Bill Lambeer. You was a part of the Pistons. At that time, y'all went to like 4 Eastern Conference Finals, and I want to believe y'all went to 3 finals. Y'all won out of them 3 finals. Y'all won 2 rings. This is why you remember, Bill. You never was a all-star, superstar. You never was a top 10 player. So your legacy was never on the line with a lot of this. Isaiah Thomas' legacy was. So, of course, you don't regret doing a lot of that shit. Of course, you still smiling and saying goofy shit and saying petty shit and shit like that, because let's call it spade a spade. Outside of Detroit, you not really remembered like that throughout the NBA. We remember you as being a part of something bigger than you. Isaiah Thomas was a part of something huge.
Man, look up the stats, man. What is
right?
Stats?
Look at Isaiah Thomas stats, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, no matter how you want to cut it a slice, Isaiah Thomas will always be a top 10 point guard. No matter how you want to cut. Bill Laimbeer, I don't even know if he a top 20 power forward. Matter of fact, I don't even know if he a top 30 power forward.
Man. Like,
nah, bro.
Man. Like, somebody look up his stats right quick, man. I don't even think this man average. I'm not even gonna hate. Like, I'm not expecting no 20 and 10 nigga or no shit like that, bro. But I don't even think this nigga. I think he averaged like what, a 14 and I say 14 and 11. I'm putting a guess out there.
Hold on, I'm about to tell you now. But I will say this about Bill. He was one of the first, you know what I'm saying, stretch forwards. He did start stretching the 4, shooting the 3.
He did
and stuff like that. Certain little small stuff I can give him his props on, but like your legacy.
He was a glorified hitman.
Basically. All right, let's see. Bill Laimbeer is a career 12-9 guy.
All right. That's decent.
All right.
Like a solid role player. That's it.
That's it. A solid role player, bro. Nobody looking. I'm not looking for that. Like I said, I wasn't looking for no 20 and 10 guy. He was a
Draymond Green.
But he even said it himself, man. The man says it himself. I was like, these better players that I knew that was just better than me. These who the hell was he basically going up against? You had to do something to get under their skin. The Patrick Ewings and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like Patrick Ewing, like Robert Parrish, Kevin Hale, some shit like that.
You got to do something cheap. And don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? I respect it to a degree, but then to a degree, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what your game mainly consists of, bro, that's trash.
But like this, majority of his, you know what I'm saying, personal stats was before they even won the title. So, like, for instance, he a 4-time All-Star, you know, on reserve and things like that, 83 to 85 and 87. And he was the rebounding champ in 86. But they took off in 88. You see what I'm saying? So once they started to take off, everything in his career went down. Nobody, and then it's like a lot of the goofy stuff that he's saying and doing now, bro, is goofy because this is the only way we're going to remember you. Even outside this documentary, we're going to remember Isaiah Thomas. So your ideology and mindset and all that goofy shit, you and Zeke are 2 totally different players and will always be remembered as 2 totally different players. Of course you cool with all that bullshit that's going on. Zeke is, like Darren was just saying, man, is looking like he, you know what I'm saying, being a hypocrite at times because we see you on our Super Hall in 1990 giving them props. Now, 20 is different. Like, man, I don't know, man. What about you, CJ?
Me? As far as like what, Lambeer?
It's about what we was just talking, period. You know what I mean? Like, the whole backtracking of Isaiah Thomas on with Jordan and like people like Bill Laimbeer currently today, you know what I'm saying, still trying to keep a lot of this petty stuff going on. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, especially players like Isaiah Thomas, they trying to hold grudges and shit like that. Especially they're not in a higher level as Michael Jordan was at the time. They let that hurt go. Isaiah Thomas, he's like a phenomenal player, but I think that he kind of like what word I'm looking for. It's like one thing he'll say like Michael Jordan's like the greatest player of all time. Then the next day he'd be like, I think Scottie Pippen was better than Michael Jordan. Some goofy shit like that. Speaking of Scottie Pippen, remember he said some player was better than Michael Jordan or some shit. It was some off the wall type shit. Remember that?
I'm gonna just say this because I want you to continue your statement. Scottie Pippen is the king. When I say the matter of fact, he the pharaoh of I'm gonna say some wild shit Monday, and then Sunday, nigga, I'm gonna say something totally backtracking what I just said Monday, dog.
Yeah, man.
He's the prime example of when people like to say, "Oh man, this older player feel like this newer player is better than such and such." He's the prime example of that because his logic and his energy switched up too much. It's like he going put it like this. He's such a goddamn that's my side ass nigga. Whatever the conversation is about, he just trying to be on the positive side of the conversation, and you can tell. I mean,
but no. To continue what I was saying, but Isaiah Thomas is like he be saying some wild shit too, man. I remember when I'm trying to think, dog. Shit, I can't even think right now, bro. But Isaiah Thomas be off. He be saying some off the wall shit. Cause remember when they was had like that little. Remember that one game that final game of the 91 season. When they just walk off the fucking court.
Yeah.
They were saying that it was his idea, and then he turned around and said that it was Bill Lambier's idea. Because I think in the beginning he said it was his idea, and then he gonna turn around and pretty much threw Bill Lambier on the bus like, yeah, it was his idea.
You ain't even the captain.
And then he go turn around like in documentary. Then he go turn around and say like, I don't know who did it. I mean, I'm not gonna say who did. I'm like, bro, you said it like 2 other times. Like first you say you did it, and then you said Bill Lambier did it, and now you say you don't know who did it. I mean, not know you did it, but like now you saying that I don't want to say who did it. Like, bro, like what the fuck? Make up your mind, dog.
All right, CJ, dog. Question of the night, man. Was they wrong for not shaking their hands, bro? Or is it levels?
I won't say levels of that. I think they're wrong for that, dog. Just go ahead and take that L. Go on, shake their hand. Go about your day, bro. Go on, sit on the couch and watch the Bulls in the championship, bro. Now, if I was the leader of the team, I'm like, you know what? They beat our ass. Like me, bro. Like, if I was the leader of that team, I'm like, I'm going to gather my troops together. I'm like, hey, bro, I know we lost. Let's go on. I know we don't want to shake their hands. They beat our ass so bad, and we hate these motherfuckers. But you know what? Let's go on and shake their hands. Get the fuck on. Let's go. Granted, the Celtics did it back in '88. We know that. But it's like it's levels to that, man. Like Michael Jordan was on his A game. He was determined to get that first championship. And I know y'all holding that grudge because y'all still think y'all still have some gas in the tank, but y'all don't got it no more. So y'all gotta pass the torch to the Bulls, man. It's their turn now. So I feel as though it was wrong on their behalf. Especially Bill Lambier. I know he petty for that shit. He like, I still want to shake their hand. I don't give a fuck about them. But I still think it was still, I would have shook their hand. Get it over with. How about you, man?
Man, like I think the same thing. I agree. I think, you know what I'm saying, I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying, you know, but not being no hypocrite, but like being on some real shit. Y'all being put on Front Street again, man. That's the thing that Cass ain't looking at. Jordan, you know, shook y'all hands for 3 straight, bro.
Right.
I can see, don't get me wrong, if some straight bullshit happened, Like, all right, we already know the bad boys is known for, playing dirty, whooping ass and all that shit. If something dirty happened, you know what I'm saying? Say like this nigga Jordan or Pippen or somebody went out there and clotheslined this nigga Isaiah, injured him, and they went on that series and you didn't shake their hand. Then I can respect it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I can understand from their aspect though is when they said Jordan went up there and called them bad champions. Yeah, I can understand the salt being in that shit like that. But like again, no, bro. Man went out here and shook y'all hands despite y'all blowing this shit out, elbowing him, gouging his eyes out and all this shit,
Right.
shook y'all hand. And y'all look mad salty, you know what I'm saying? Like not giving they props, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that was crunchy as hell, dog.
for
I
real.
just feel like it would have been different if it was a close game and they felt like they was robbed. You see what I'm saying? Or a close series.
Yeah.
And like some bullshit start happening. Jordan start getting all the calls. And then like, for instance, the Game 7 versus, 2005 Detroit versus the Spurs or some shit. Or Game 7, 2016 Golden State versus Cleveland. Like, if it was something or one of them type situations.
Hey, Rob, why you gotta bring that up, dog?
I mean, I'm just saying, man, as an example, dog, like, from my knowledge, wasn't we swept in 91? Wasn't we swept?
Yeah, we got swept.
If we majority of the last 2 or 3 years was doing majority of the sweeping, soon as we get swept, this is how we walk off like this, like sore losers. Now, granted, yeah, Boston did that first, but Boston also didn't have that reputation like how we did for a lot of different multitude of reasons. Clearly, the skin color. Then, Isaiah Thomas making that statement about Larry Bird also didn't help Isaiah Thomas. Regardless of, I understood what he was saying, it's just the energy, how you said it. We coming off like,
he should never piggyback. He should never piggyback Robin's comment.
And like, don't get me wrong, man, you shouldn't have to motherfucking compromise yourself definitely for motherfucking massa for anybody. But one thing about life is not what you do, it's how you do it. You see what I'm saying? And it's like one of the dirtiest players we got on our team.
They played. They played that. I was about to say, Rob played into that damn bad boys role too hard, man.
Like, yeah, I was just about to say that, dog. Because on the flip side, if you want to make it a racial thing, one of the motherfucking dirtiest players we got on our on our team was Bill Laimbeer. Clearly, he white. You know what I mean?
The dirtiest.
So it's levels to the shit. It's logic to the shit. And I just feel like at that time in 91, bro, at that time, nobody would have known that would have been the end of y'all and y'all reign. Like, let's call it spade a spade. Isaiah Thomas was like 30 years old.
And add on this shit, man, when I'm looking at old ass footage, dog, right after Rick Mahorn get traded, and then you see this nigga Zeke just taking off on this nigga, dog, on Rick Mahorn, just punching this nigga, and Rick Mahorn just looking at him and smiling like, what the fuck is you doing, bro? Like, yeah, man, Zeke looking kind of square, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, man, what is you doing? You doing?
It's so many levels to that team, dog, that bad boys team. And just like, you got to be remembered for what we remember for. Because, like, on the flip side of Boston not shaking Detroit's hand, Boston never made it to another title. They never made it to that was it. And on the flip side, so it's like you said, man, that karma go always come. You feel me? Boston's karma will. You feel me? And Detroit's karma that was the end of ours too.
I really honestly, Rob, to piggyback what you're saying, I think we would have bounced back if they would have, you know what I'm saying, just shook their hands and just kept their composure. But like, I hate to say it, man, the Bulls really broke them niggas after that shit. Once they saw that the Bulls wasn't taking a punishment bullshit no more. Yeah, don't get me wrong. See, a lot of things people don't get. Again, said last episode, the bad boys played great team basketball. It wasn't just about whooping ass and all that shit. The whooping ass and all that shit came into plus factor and whatnot. Once they started getting in your head and all that, got to kicking your ass and whatnot, got the ball in them. Once that didn't affect the Bulls and whatnot, Bulls got to taking off on the boys like that. It broke them. Like I guess they couldn't figure out what else to do against them. So
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
it was
what
broken now.
that's when you get a Jerry Crowder or whatever his fucking name, because now it's time to rebuild. That's all it was. It was just simply time for them to rebuild.
Jerry Krause, yeah.
Right way. Certain pieces. You got Dennis Rodman. He's the future, clearly. Isaiah Thomas is still our star. We go keep him until he just simply can't play no more. And it looked like we locked in with Joe Dumars. So the rest of y'all, I hate to say it, y'all collateral, and we got to figure out something else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they
So
started.
man, he's really kept Joe Dumars.
Mm-hmm.
You said they really kept what?
I was about to say they really kept Joe Dumars, bro. Don't get me wrong, bro. I would like see. Oh man, you about to take me back, bro. I remember watching them damn old ass 97, 98, 99, 2000, like these 2000. You know what I'm saying? Pistons game, like, and I'm just sitting up there looking like, you know, don't get me wrong. And Joe D was my guy. You know what I'm saying? I loved his defense and all that. But dude, you old as shit now. What is you doing out here, dog? You got Grant Hill all backed up. You got fucking Rod Thorne out here. We did have some trash ass niggas on that damn team, dog.
We got Don Reed, dog. Don Reed,
man. What's
all right,
up?
I got a question for CJ. While we talking about the Jordan thing and Joe Dumars, at one point, Craig, they were saying Joe Dumars was the Jordan stopper, right?
Facts.
Like 88, 89, 90. Joe Dumars was deemed the Jordan stopper. Mm-hmm. We saw Jordan, you know what I'm saying, beat the bad boys in 91 and just seemed like that was it. What happened to Joe Dumars stopping Jordan 91, 92, 93, 95, 6, 7, and 8? Or was this Joe Dumars?
Look, 91 and 91, Joe Dumars was like 28 at the time. He was still young in his career, whatever like that. I think he was just gas, man, because Michael Jordan got stronger. It seemed like Joe Dumars was still the same size since he came in the NBA and shit.
Yeah,
what? Huh?
I was just gonna ask you though, like, if Jordan was getting himself better and stuff like that, like Darren was just saying, we looking at Joe Dumars, he kept his conditioning up because he was still playing like in the late 90s and things like that.
But what did he get better at?
What did he get better at? Because after a while,
I can't say 3-point shooter because he was a pure 3-point shooter since he got in the league. Like he was a good 3-point shooter. He was a good defensive player. He was a good free throw shooter. I can't really tell you where he improved though, other than his conditioning.
I think that's the thing that get twisted with, like, when I talk about sports and we talk about, like, for instance, a Kobe Bryant, like we was talking about earlier, him and Jordan, what things they had in common. They wanted to get better. We saw them get better. We saw their bodies turn better. We saw them lift weights. We saw them, all right, Kobe Bryant, I can't hit the 3. Now I can hit 4 of them bitches in a row. At one point, he had the record for the most threes made in the NBA game for years. How many years, Darren? About 10 years?
About 10 years.
About 10 years. They said Jordan couldn't play defense. What did he do? He went out there and became the defensive player of the year. They said Kobe couldn't pass. What happened? He became the facilitator throughout the first 3 rings. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, I got somebody like a Joe Dumars, who was a part of the Bad Boys, one of the best defensive teams and one of the best NBA teams of all time, But
yeah,
what did you do? It just seemed like you didn't work on. You kept your conditioning up, but like, what else did you add to your game to bring in the new flavor or the new flavor of the '90s era? It just seemed like you were stuck in the '80s playing a '90s game.
He could have worked on his agility. He could have worked on his like strength, because players in the '90s was getting stronger and stronger.
Well, Jordan's got stronger and
especially. That was saying, like, players in the '90s, especially Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars, he was 6'3", so he was like he was a shooting guard, but he had a point guard body.
But then let's look at some of these point guards though, CJ. Like for instance, Gary Payton. We seen he was strong. You know, we saw how many other point guards we saw, you know what I'm saying, in the 90s and stuff like that emerge. Like I say this, these two players just really seem like they didn't fit in the 90s. And I say Joe Dumars and John Stockton to a small degree. It just seemed like they didn't really add on nothing to their game. You know what I mean? They kept their conditioning up, which was amazing. But as far as like adding on some type of new flair or flavor or some type of killer instinct, they really didn't. And it showed in John Stockton back-to-back finals. And it showed with Joe Dumars because it's like, that was it. Like Darren was just saying, man, like, why is you out there old as hell looking? But like, was you really that old? Him and Jordan like the same age.
No, not Clyde Drexler. Drexler, nah. In the early 90s, he was balling. Drexler in the 90s.
No, I'm saying is Jordan and Joe Dumars around the same age?
I think Jordan's a little bit older.
A little bit, okay. Because then, if that's the case, though, that's really no excuse for Joe. Because I'm looking at Jordan in '97 still going crazy. In '97, Joe D looked like he was gassed.
Right. Let me see. I think, damn. Because I think Joe Dumars was born in '63, right?
Well, I'm about to find out. Nah. Because he could have been.
I'm looking at it now.
No.
Yes, they born the same year, yeah.
Same age, man. So.
Michael Jordan was a better player.
He made himself the better player.
Yeah.
I think with Joe Dumars being around Isaiah, I would have thought that he would be a better player too, especially from like years to come when like Isaiah Thomas like about to retire and shit. He ain't got Bill Laimbeer no more, and he had Grant Hill too.
I really think, bro. I remember me and Darren used to talk about this all the time. I honestly don't think they thought Isaiah Thomas was going to retire that early.
Right.
And remember, at one point they
he retired at 33, bro.
Huh?
And he retired at 33.
Darren, man, didn't they start this nigga Lindsey Hunter over Isaiah Thomas, bro?
Yeah, they did, bro.
Oh,
I hated that.
They did.
But on the flip side, Lindsey Hunter, see a lot of things when people see. Well, you already throw out the name Lindsey Hunter. But Lindsey Hunter, like, bro, Lindsey had work when he first came into the league, bro.
He did, bro. That's why I'm laughing, man. Him when he had that, he had the ball fade and shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
man.
yeah. When Lindsey came to the league, that nigga was a prolific scorer. Lindsey had that work. I don't know what happened to Lindsey and whatnot, but he was one of them players that just got old too, dog. Like, but don't get me wrong.
He got old quick.
But I appreciate.
He got old quick, nigga.
Yeah, for real. What I appreciated about Lindsey was he brought the definition to what bench players supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? The second unit, or as some people say, man, like him, Mike James, you know what I'm saying? And then when they came in on that second unit, they was shutting the teams down. They was killing shit, dog. That was just perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know that tandem of the Rip, Chauncey, Lindsey Hunter, Mike James, bro. That's 4 different guards for 4 different play styles, bro. How do you stop? How do you stop that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hated that we did not keep that same team and that core together for the next season or whatnot. And I believe that's what pretty much caused the Pistons a lot of problems, because that second unit shut down a lot of shit for a lot of teams.
That made a huge difference.
Then you had
Corey
Williams coming in. He was able to play the 2, 3, and 4. He played defense. He knew how to pass. You had, like we said, Mike James, and we had Lindsey Hunter coming in. We had Mehmet Okur. Oh man, yeah, that second unit, dog.
Bench production makes a huge difference, especially if you like a championship team. You need a bench production, man.
Well, remember at that time, 2005 season, bro, the European/Argentina type style player was emerging. You know, Manu Ginobili. So we figured we needed that type of player too. And we ran and got Carlos Delfino, and he just simply never was it. You know, and it was just like it was a
Oh
bad
my
gamble.
God.
Yeah, Carlos Delfino, and it's like that was a very bad gamble. You know what I mean? And it's like
I
we get
forgot
rid
all
of
about my man, dog. I forgot about my man, dog.
yeah. I remember watching the 05 season right before we got into the finals. Matter of fact, it was like Game 7 versus the Heat. And I can recall we was still gassed. We barely won that Game 7. We muscled that bitch out. You know what I mean? But I can
Yeah.
recall myself, this, like, we not going to win against the Spurs with Carlos Delfino and motherfucking damn near motherfucking Antonio McDyess. And that's it basically for our bench. When
Right.
Carlos Delfino is not even bootleg Ginobili. He's just like a waste of Argentinian. You know, what is we doing? We overly playing Billups. We overly playing Sheed. We overly playing these guys. We overly playing these guys. You know?
Yeah,
Man,
man.
hell yeah. I forgot all about my guy, dog. Damn, dog. Carlos fucking Delfino, nigga.
Man, that nigga ain't did shit in the NBA. I hated it, dog. Like that nigga went to the Raptors or somewhere else and they ain't do shit.
He went to Milwaukee, the Raptors, and somewhere else. I can't remember.
Houston.
All right,
Never did nothing.
All right, speaking of the international player, this is the last little segment I want to talk to before we leave. Tony Kukoc. Remember they was discussing him a little bit on the documentary.
Oh yeah, right.
Another of Jerry's favorite guys.
They had him picked the chosen one.
You know what is funny though about that Jerry situation? Because even after the 93 finals, if you pay close attention, when they asked him, he made sure, like, the issues was always there. He made sure to only say the organization won this title. He kept saying shit about the organization. He kept trying to throw the team under the bus. He kept trying to throw the players under the bus subliminally when they was winning the title after beating Charles Barkley. No, you know what I mean? And then like all the little like, all right, Tony Kukoc, you know, he was kind of shell shocked when he played against, you know what I'm saying, American players because they was playing a totally different style overseas. You see what I'm saying? And
right.
Like he said, he didn't know he was gonna have a defender on him the whole game. That wasn't the way they was playing. And I feel like,
Right. Like, hold on. Before you go in, I gotta just say this, bro. I'm saying the minds behind that shit was straight bullshit, dog. Jordan and Pippen was on some straight bullshit, dog. Like, can you think about that as a top player as you is in your country coming out as is? And here come Mike and Pippen, like, yeah, man, you know what? We about to just nigga head, bro. Like, damn.
But think about this, right?
Yeah, that nigga 7 points.
Man.
He only managed to get 7 points, dog. Who the what? Who the what?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, man, to a degree, dog, Jordan and Pippen sort of kind of was, dog, but like for somebody like Jerry to quote unquote scout Tony like that, dog, and draft say he's gonna be the next, he's the future of the Bulls and stuff like that. If you don't even understand the type of defense that they playing overseas compared to the defense that they playing in the NBA, that's telling me there that you're not as good job as you think you are. I'm not saying you was bad because you still was very good at your job in some spots. You see what I'm saying? Definitely didn't even put that team together to begin with. But if you're not seeing that overseas, they not even attempting to play defense, and this is why Tony Kukoc is going crazy compared to when he come over here and he got to face, or all right, granted, he's playing with two of the best defenders, but he also got to go and play in the NBA where we're playing tough-nosed defense for the most part. We got to take on Houston. We got to take on this motherfucking defensive juggernaut in motherfucking New York and Indiana almost every night. We got to take on Detroit still. We got to take on – like, this is very like unacceptable for this. So yeah, to a degree, Jordan and Pip was on bullshit, but they probably thought that dude was used to this type of. They probably remember this was everybody's first time playing overseas outside of when they played in college and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But as
Right.
pros, they probably figure, all right, we
And the
all
crazy thing, I was- he ain't back now though. You know what I'm saying? They whooped his ass that one game, whatnot, but he came back that second game. I think he had like 15 points or some shit like that. But he was like, I think way he.
Hey, put your phone up to you. I can't hear you. You want to know?
There you going out.
Oh, imagine just being that. I was saying like I couldn't imagine just being like in one of those early '90s overseas teams, and then they just hit you like, dog, you got to play Team USA. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way. And then you got to check Jordan, and you got to sit up here and go against. You got Pippen locking you down. Like, that's tough, bro. That's already tough as is. And then you come over there, you know. Kukoc did his damn thing. You know what I'm saying? He did his damn thing when he came over there to the Bulls and whatnot. I want to say, don't quote me. I might be wrong, but I think he had one season when he averaged like 21 or some shit like that. But like after that, the man did just fade off into like the abyss. You know, I think it was Milwaukee when he. I think it was like what. I think they let him go. I think the Bulls let him go in Milwaukee. He averaged like 21 or some shit.
Yeah, he only had like one good ass season though in Milwaukee. Day after that, he just got old as hell. He's falling off the face of the earth.
All his magic, man. And see, this is the thing that everybody don't get. All his magic, all his, you know what I'm saying, him balling was over there on Chicago under Mike and them, bro.
Right. Man, I forgot he was in Philly. No, he was in Philly. And then
he averaged 18 in the 99 season, 98-99 season after everybody left and shit like that. Then he turned around and averaged 18 again. Then that 1 year, the career high he had, it was in Atlanta, bro, and it was 19 points per game. In Milwaukee, in Milwaukee, he averaged 11, 8, 5, and 4.
Oh, excuse the fuck out of me. Bad.
He probably had a career high of 20 points or some shit like that.
I
in one game.
Die.
Oh, man. Oh.
I think he got injured or some shit, right?
I think so, dog. I think so.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't remember too much of Tony Kukoc's career in Milwaukee, but it's not. It was like subpar though. It was subpar at his best.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at best, his career was subpar, and like I don't say subpar because don't get me wrong. Because when he did, there's a lot of things too. Like it wasn't just like add on this factor too. It wasn't back then in that era, the early '90s or whatever. Like as for an overseas player, you didn't have a lot of expectation coming over. So, you know, they thought he could come over and be a bust and all that at that point too. Especially after they bust his ass like that in the Olympics and shit. But he came over, you know what I'm saying? He did his thing for the Bulls and whatnot. And like, well, we got 2 championships with them?
3.
3? Okay. He got 3 of them boys. You know what I'm saying? He did his damn thing and whatnot. I hate to say it, but shit, it was even times when shit, the game was on the line, they needed to call on somebody that scored shit. They weren't looking at Pippen ass.
Yeah, after a while, yeah. Pippen had his issues there.
I got a headache.
Oh man, I can't.
Take a stand back, nigga.
That man said, I'm gonna take this surgery so I don't want to fuck my back up for the summer. Nigga,
Man, Jordan was mad as hell, dog.
We trying to win a ring, nigga. You talking about fucking your back with the summer. What are you doing with your back with the summer, nigga?
And you know what? And you know, speaking of Pippen though, Pippen was like upset because like he was trying to renegotiate with the contract over the years, and they fuck around gave Kukoc 6 years, $24 million.
At that time, you gotta realize, I hate to say it, but like, bro, see, this how these teams think, man. Pippen, you already got these injuries and shit. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
going in and out
This
again.
young cat healthy. And he healthy, I'm about to give you that money. That's how they do it. My
You gotta
bad.
get
Can
out the
y'all hear me,
basement,
man?
bro. You gotta get out the basement, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm in the garage actually, bro. My bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
no, you good.
the more you put it down, the less you go away.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying like basically and whatnot, you know, with these teams they looking at like, look, they going with the young healthy cat over the older, you know what I'm saying, injury prone guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta think about it. Scotty, you asking for this big ass contract with a bad ass back. And I got this young 19, 18-year-old nigga who balling, you know what I'm saying, who balling right now, and he got a good health. I'm taking him.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you know,
And
you know what I mean? He felt like that was the future. He actually felt like Scotty and all them was almost out of there. And within them 6 years, Tony Kukoc was gonna be the next guy. And when they win, you know what I'm saying, ain't no egos, ain't no the best players and none of that goofy shit. We can actually win and I can get the props and I can be the face of the title and shit like that instead of Jordan or Pippen and Jordan or Pippen, Jordan, and goddamn Field. You know what I mean?
right. I wonder what was his problem with Phil in the first damn place.
Nothing. The same problem he got with Jordan. You know, one thing about people who like real narcissists, they don't have a problem with people. They have a problem within themselves. If quote unquote, it could have been Phil, it could have been motherfucking, it could have been still motherfucking what's the guy named Doug Collins. If Doug Collins was winning titles like that and Doug Collins was getting the recognition and stuff like that, he would have had a problem with Doug Collins. He just simply wanted the recognition of recruiting these guys, the drafting these guys, the going out and getting certain players and stuff. He wanted the recognition. And you was going to get the recognition as much as you needed behind closed doors because you're doing it behind closed doors. You would have got executive of the year, things like that, but we never seen an executive get more attention than a superstar player. We never seen it in the 60s. We didn't see it in the 70s. We didn't see it in the 80s with Magic and Bird. And why do we have to see this in the 90s now with you when clearly y'all got the best player on the planet in Michael Jordan? Mm-hmm. Why would you even want to even risk that? That makes no sense. It's you're a narcissist. It's your ego sitting into play.
Exactly. So we almost about to get up out of here. Y'all got any final thoughts before we get up out of here?
And look, dog, I just want to, like I'm always saying, I'm gonna keep it brief. You know what I mean? Love everybody, dog. Thank everybody for watching us, holding us down the last 2-3 years. You know what I mean? You can continue to support us if you can, man. And I'm praying for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt, man. Same thing I want to say, you know, just like fam said, you know, God bless everybody out there. Y'all stay safe and whatnot. Thank y'all for listening and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, you know, just blessed out here. And, you know, just being thankful for a lot right now because, you know, a lot of people, you know, don't. And that's not talking down on them or anything like that. Just saying in general, it's rough and real for people.
Mm-hmm. So what I gotta say is, I just pray that everybody that's going through it right now and they lost a loved one, they diagnosed with COVID-19 themselves, they out of work because, you know, they got laid off and they struggling trying to get unemployment right now. I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for the essential workers too. They out here grinding and also the nurses and everything. I'm gonna pray for y'all as well. I know quite a few nurses that's in the front lines right now. I'm praying for everybody, man, because this disease is very serious, as they saying it is. Just stay home, just drink plenty of water, take your vitamins, make sure you eating your fruit, make sure you eating your vegetables. And that's it, man. Just trying to keep yourself occupied as well too. Trying to find a hustle, shit, you know, read a book or whatever, you know, just trying to keep your mind occupied during this like stressful times, you know. So, and that's about it. So we about to get up out of here, guys. Tuning in, and thanks for coming in, Darren. This is Darren Walls again. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Thank
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this is CJ.
The man's Rob.
you.
And this is
Boy,
3 Raw.
out of here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this is 3 Raw.